Hi everyone, my name's Scott. Welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything and welcome to Mainz in Germany. Today I'm doing a day trip to the city of Wiesbaden. You might be thinking, where? Yes, Wiesbaden. It's just actually on the other side of the Rhine. It's about 3 stops away, but it's a place I've been hearing about for the last 10 years. I used to have a corporate traveller who would go there on a regular basis, and so it's stuck in my mind, Wiesbaden, Wiesbaden. I must go there one day. And today's the day. But before we catch the S-Bahn, like I said, it's only about 3 stops. Before we catch the S-Bahn, I need to get some breakfast because I am starving. Right, let's go on the hunt for some coffee. Mainz has got a pretty impressive railway station. It's also got a pretty impressive range of places in there where you can buy pretzels and coffee, but I think they're all stand up, and I want a place where you can sit down. Phew, that was tricky. Coffee, pastry, sit down. Should be simple enough. Loads of places selling coffee, loads of places selling pastries, but they're all stand up, take away. I wasn't going to go to McDonald's. That is a worst case scenario. I had to go to Starbucks. I'd always like to go to local places, you know. But anyway, we've got coffee now, we've got a pastry in my stomach. I'm just waiting for the train to Wiesbaden. And welcome to Wiesbaden. Wiesbaden translates to meadow baths. And although there are a couple of thermal baths still here in Wiesbaden, I don't think we're going to find many meadows, apart from maybe this, which is directly across the road from the train station. Now I've printed off a map from Michelin Maps. It indicates where the photo spots are around the city, but I have not researched to find out what they are. So I'm actually going blind. So hopefully these are worthwhile. First thing first, up that way. Right, according to my map here, the first thing to see is right here, and I'm guessing it must be the museum. That's a fine looking building. Right, the next thing, there's a whole cluster of things actually. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possible things to see. This must be the old town coming up. But I'm going to do a right turn, go to a park because that's also highlighted, slightly out of the way, but I'll get that over and done with. This is actually pretty cool. They've got geological samples outside of the museum. So even when the museum is closed, for example today, you can still have a look at these. Although there are some beautiful buildings here in Wiesbaden, I've only been here about 15 minutes and the feeling I'm getting so far is that maybe it's just a little bit, how shall I put this, grittier than Mainz. I mean, beautiful, beautiful buildings, but just overall it just feels a little bit, yeah, grittier. We just passed some absolutely stunning mansions back there. I really wanted to film them for you, but I thought, better not, because the Germans take their privacy very seriously. I've got a theory as to why that is, but not today. In fact, if you go into Google Street View, a lot of these buildings are actually blurred out. It's really quite strict over here in Germany, so I don't want to push my luck. Although there was a woman back there actually photographing one of them, and I thought, you've got more guts than I have, lady. Right, I'm looking for a park called Kurpark. Now here's a seriously ugly looking building. Usually when I plan these adventures, I know what I'm looking for and I know how to get there. But this time I just tried something different. Like I said, I just printed off a Michelin map. It indicates where the interesting things are. I haven't got a clue what they are. This isn't what it's telling me to look at. It's that. And that's actually one of the original spas. It's now a casino. How seriously cool. This is quite an interesting way of exploring a place. I'm going to call it the Michelin Tour. I know where I'm going, I just don't know why I'm going there. I did notice a lot of school kids going in there. I can't believe that the gambling age is that young here in Germany. I think the Michelin Tour suggests that this entire park is an attraction and not just the spa at the entrance. This is a lovely park though. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. So you're here in the park, you're enjoying a couple of beers. Let's see what the locals drink. Klaushalle alcohol-free beer. That says a lot about the Germans, really, doesn't it? The Michelin Tour says I should actually come around here for a really good photograph. It's probably a good shot of the fountain and the lake, but let's do it anyway. Lots of ducks. Next on the Michelin Tour, the old town of Wiesbaden. One thing I'm enjoying about this park is the fact that the trees are not only protected, but they have an information plaque on them, and that's a bold cypress. Instead of just having a tree, it tells you what it is. And here we are in the old part of town. Just noticed there the flag of Monaco. The largest cuckoo clock in the world. Unfortunately, I can't hang around 40 minutes waiting for that bird to appear. And here we are in what must be the main square, with, of course, construction in the background. There's a TV crew down here. Maybe they're expecting me. And there's a couple of nice shiny black Mercs there as well. I thought one was for me, but not on this occasion, no. Being right outside the Marktkirche, you'd expect this to be a hive of activity, but it's not really. I don't know what's going on here, but this is what I mean about Wiesbaden being just a little bit grittier than Mainz. I must say, I am impressed with these ceramic tiles here. Do you think we should go inside? Yeah. That was very nice in there, but like all big churches, I always feel a bit uncomfortable being in there with a camera. I kind of go in, do what I need to do, and then leave, because there's always people in there praying. It's a funny old day today. It's warm, that's why I've got the old t-shirt on. Very few people are wearing t-shirts. I'm from a northern climate, but the thing is, when the wind doesn't blow, it's warm. Too warm for a jacket, but when there's a bit of a breeze, it's a cool breeze, and so you need something to cover yourself up. I'd rather be a little bit chillier than be sweating, you know? Okay, let's go down that way. I had to have a beer because it was so humid and warm, you know. Woof! Tell you what, it was 500 mils, but geez, oh, that was strong beer. This is actually a mineral spring, and it does tell you that you shouldn't drink the water for more than 3 weeks. It also mentions 64 degrees Celsius. Is it really that hot? Wow, yes. Yeah, very sulphurous. No shortage of places to eat around here. This is lovely. Aha! This is where my corporate client always stayed. The Radisson Blue Schwarzebock. Looks very nice as well. Across the road we've got this. This also looks pretty impressive, but it's also pretty closed. Overcoming boundaries, whatever that means. There's been some sort of market or festival going on here, and there's so many different brands of beer. What a shame I'm not here for longer. I could have actually tried a few of them for research and information purposes. The next thing on my Michelin tour is just up here, about a kilometre or two, but I do know what this is. I'm looking forward to it. I'm heading into the hills, which are just to the north of the city. As you can imagine, some very, very nice houses, very nice area to live. Some of the buildings are absolutely amazing. I have absolutely no idea what the purpose of that building is, but I like the rustic feel about it. Right, we're at the bottom end of a park here. I have to walk to the northern end. This is all very pretty, but this is not the reason why I'm here. Three minutes according to that sign. 3 minutes. tourist trains, which means we must be getting closer. And we are. And here we have it, Wiesbaden's very own funicular from 1888. Nothing beats a bit of fun on a funicular, does it? Do you want to go for a ride? Yeah, let's do this. Well, that was certainly a lot easier than walking up, but I bought a one-way ticket, which means I'm walking down. It's a bit of a zigzag, and I'm looking forward to that little walk down to the bottom terminal again. Okie dokie, I think we should start walking down now. According to this map here, you could walk all the way from Idstein all the way down to Wiesbaden. 28 kilometers, but I'm just going to walk that bit. This will probably take 15-20 minutes max. It is downhill all the way after all. And we might get a shot of the funicular coming back up. It's a forest, but it's a different type of forest. It's a German forest. Different bushes, different trees. So why am I standing here in the middle of the forest next to this big fence? Because that there is the passing point. That's where both funicular cars pass. I think that's the most interesting part, and I'd like to capture that in approximately 3 minutes. And just like that, we're nearly at the bottom station. There is one thing I'd like to see though before we go back to the main railway station that isn't actually on the Michelin map. It's something which I just happened to see on an information board, and I thought that could be quite interesting. So we'll have to walk back into Wiesbaden town centre. That'll take about 15 minutes or so. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Some of these houses are absolutely stunning. I'm so busy looking at some of these beautiful buildings, I missed my turn off. But there's another street I can go down. Okay, I think I'm deciding to get it. I was doing a little bit of research online. In the Wiesbaden, Mainz, Frankfurt area, if you were really wealthy and you wanted to build a villa, this was the place to do it, because it was on the side of a hill and it was in a spa town. To be honest, some of the villas have actually come down in the world a little bit. They're available to rent through Airbnb. And that's why I've come up here to look at this Russian Orthodox church. This is the first Russian Orthodox church I've seen since 2019, when I was in Irkutsk in Siberia. Funnily enough, I'll show you something. If I can get it out. I always carry these with me. One is a St. Christopher, patron saint of travellers. The other one is a Russian Orthodox church cross. And the reason why I wear that is not because I'm religious, but it just reminds me that if you step outside your comfort zone sometimes, it's amazing what you can experience. I wonder if you can go in. I always think Russian Orthodox Christianity is like Roman Catholicism on steroids. They do like their bling. Ah, no photography. Shame I couldn't do any photography in there, but it's absolutely beautiful. If you ever get the chance to go into a Russian Orthodox church like this, you have to do it. It's something else. In fact, I was just thinking, when I was in Irkutsk and I went to this Russian Orthodox church where I bought the cross, I was actually blessed by a priest. I don't know if it made any difference, but there you go. I'd forgotten about that. Right, we're going to head now down into Wiesbaden as well, to the station. We're going to head back into Mainz itself. There's one more thing I'd like to do when we get into Mainz before I wrap this video up. Just coming down the hill again, I was stopping and looking at some of the plaques which were appearing by the driveways and the garages, just to see what kind of professions these people had. It's the ones you'd expect: doctors, psychiatrists, YouTubers, those kind of people. Yeah, the top echelon of society. Maybe not YouTubers, yeah. I was doing a little calculation and I've realised why I'm so hungry. At 9 o'clock last night I had a packet of crisps, and in the 20 hours since then I've had a coffee with a pain au chocolat, that was breakfast, and a pint of Weiss beer. That's it, 20 hours. No wonder I am hungry. So I'm just going to go down to the station here, head back into Mainz, then I'm on a food mission. So with a snap of the fingers, we'll be back in Mainz. Imagine if all travel was that easy. It would make for very short videos though, wouldn't it? Right, food. I always like to meet subscribers, and I met a nice guy there by the station. And it always makes their day. But the thing is, it's in the most random of places. Mainz in Germany, and you bump into me. And of course he has to mention Steve Marsh as well, honestly. Well, I must say that schnitzel was pretty good, and so was Wiesbaden. It surprised me, especially those beautiful buildings up on the hill. Absolutely amazing. Anyway guys, thanks very much for coming along, and I'll see you next time.